Testing 1, 2. All right, Lee, you're looking pretty shattered. Let's have a look. Just been playing against Batavia Union. Let's look back at how you got here. First, I heard you were going to go to Mansfield Town, and then you ended up in Bandung, which is like, geographically, it's quite a long way off the M1. How did that happen?
I think, to be honest with you, what it was, Mansfield called me up and asked me to go down there, sort of thing. But this has been on the cards for about 4 or 5 weeks, so I was just waiting for confirmation of it all, really, to be honest, through an agent. And he just got to me and says, emailed the contract through and said, have a look at it. If you're happy, they're booking flights for Monday.
Oh, right.
So it happened quite quickly, you know, it gone from 5 weeks to just 3 days of moving.
That's Indonesia. Nothing happens for a long time, and then all of a sudden you're like, pack your bags, mate, you're on your way. All right, how about, you've been here, what, 2 or 3 weeks now? You getting over the culture shock yet, or has a culture shock hit you yet?
It's a little bit different, I've got to say. I mean,
very diplomatic.
I was shocked when I first come, to be honest, because I mean, you know, people have said good things, people said bad things, but you know, actually coming here and seeing it for yourself is a different thing. You know, I was kind of, I was okay with it, you know, and people have been really good and that to me, you know, and that was a big help, really, because I mean, I think if that hadn't have been, I think I might have gone back up.
You got a return ticket.
Yeah, but the more I've got to know everyone, I mean, it's been really good. You know, people at the league have helped me out, people around the place have been first class, to be honest. Yeah. So, I mean, I can't grumble at the minute. So.
Like you did a minute ago, coming off the pitch.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
What's been the hardest thing to adapt to here?
The pitch. The pitches.
I mentioned the pitch, yeah. You did a lovely outside of the foot pass in the first half, and
bobbled and ended up coming short. Yeah, I mean, I think it might take a couple of weeks to get used to the conditions, because I mean, as you can see, I've got blisters all over my feet.
Yeah.
I've done about 10 blisters, but you know, the surface isn't great at all.
Have you got to change the way you're playing on the field because of the pitch?
I think you have, yeah, because I mean, a through ball is, I don't think it's really classed as a through ball, to be honest, you know, because it bounces everywhere and stuff. So, you know, I mean, I've said to myself, if I'm around the box and stuff like that, I'm going to be shooting, because I hit a shot in training the other day and I think it scuffled in and it bobbled over the keeper. So, I mean, you know, I suppose they're the things you've got to look at, you know, and just adapting to it all. But overall, you know, I'm quite pleased, really. It's just, obviously, like I say, if the pitches were a little bit better, I think you might see a little bit more.
A bit warm as well, a bit warmer?
Yeah, it's hot. I mean,
not what you used to in the Brum?
No, not from -6. So it's a completely different change and all. You know, I don't mind the hot weather. You know, I mean, I think it will hit me tonight. Obviously, sweating so much, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, for my first, you know, to get a 90 minutes under my belt, you know, it's good, but disappointing with the result.
Well, that's the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about, I mean, the big thing is, you know, you hear like the banter that you get in English dressing rooms. You know, I'm not saying your team was Keysy and Grazy all night long, but you know, how's the banter? How's the dressing room culture here compared to what you've been used to?
It shocked me a little bit, to be honest, because I mean, you don't know how to expect it. I mean, when my first day I come here, you know, I met the lads training, and then they come off and they were having photographs with me, so it was a little bit different to walking into like Villa's changing room or Derby's changing room. So I mean, but I mean, the lads have, you know, they've had a bit of banter with me. I don't know what they're saying half the time, but I don't mind that, because there's a few lads that, you know, can speak English, and a few lads that can't, but you know, you just get on with it. It's one of them things you need to try and adapt to.
That's right, yeah. Indonesian passion for the game of football. Did you know much about it before you came over?
No,
were you prepared in any way for?
I actually didn't know nothing about it, to be honest.
You should have read the blog. There's a blog. I think it's called Jakarta Casual. Check it out sometime.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that, to be honest. But no, it's completely different. I mean, I don't really think you can tackle over here, to be honest, can you? As such, you know, it's
well, rugby tackling's okay. I think if you go in for the ball, they kind of frown on that.
Yeah. And there's a few 10 out of 10 dives that I've seen that, you know, in the last 2 games, but it's completely different. I mean, the football's different. It's a lot slower. It's, you know, I think on a better surface.
Not much space around?
I wouldn't say there's not much space. It's just trying to find the space on that hard pitch, to be honest. It's a difficult one to explain, because I think if you found space, you know, I mean, and the ball come to you early enough, I think, you know, you'd have a chance to
bounce anyway, you lose it.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to judge a number of things: the pass, the bobble, you know, there's a number of things that you got to try and judge. But I suppose that'll come within, you know, a couple of weeks. I'll start to get used to it. But our pitch is worse than that one, to be honest.
Yeah, it's silly wanky.
Terrible.
I was there a couple of weeks ago when they had the riot. That was a lot of fun as well.
Oh, no wonder like that.
Yeah, you haven't seen that one yet. You've been in that 3 weeks or whatever. What are you missing from home?
Most of all, my kids and my family. Yeah.
Have you got plans to bring them over here at some stage?
Have I got what, sorry?
Have you got plans to bring them over here?
Yeah, they're coming over. My missus is she's due to have a baby, like, so that's in March. So I mean, when she does go into that, I will be heading back, you know, because I want to be there for her, you know. I don't know if they'll give me like a week off or so just to get back into the baby and that, and then they'll come over probably 6 weeks from then. But I've got my two oldest. They're coming out on Tuesday. So
that's kind of like a big difference, though, because I imagine living in a strange city for the first time.
It is. I mean, I've took a bit of getting used to it, but you know, I mean, they'll class it as a holiday, you know, sort of thing. And the weather's been good so
far. Yeah, but it does rain quite a bit in Bandung.
Yeah, but it's still quite warm, though, you know.
It's a relative thing, isn't it? It's a relative thing.
Yeah.
There's a bit of controversy at the end here. You know that you come into a league that's not really recognised by anybody.
Yeah.
Are you aware of any of the background to what's gone on in the past? The background to this league?
Yeah, I've spoken to like the main people at the league, sort of thing, you know, and they've kind of put me in the picture that they're trying to sort of take over, you know, as the main league. I don't know much about it, but I mean the plans that they've got. I mean, it sounds good, you know. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but again, it's just a matter of when it all starts happening. Because I think, you know, if it does take off, I think it'd be a good league to play in.
Yeah, let's sort the pictures out.
Yeah.
What about the local players that you've seen so far? Any local players stood out for you?
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen a few guys on TV or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of decent players, you know. I mean, I've only really, like I said, I've only been here a few weeks, so it's judging who's decent and, you know, who's not really. But you know, they all kind of work hard and try hard, but sometimes you need a little bit more, you know. Like shown today, I mean, only 10 men and you 1-0 up. I think you should go and win the game, which is frustrating as a player because.
So back in England, you could have a Saturday night out here, but here maybe you can't really do that. You go home and switch on Sky Sports or ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, I want happy with the result, to be honest, because I just feel like we handed it to them second half. We sat deep, and again, I just think, you know,
2 goals in 3 minutes is never going to.
Well, no, and then you get an equaliser, and you know, you can obviously you go and winning the game, and then. You know, personally, it was frustrating because second half I didn't think we even played anywhere near as good as anywhere near as good as we did first half. You know, we tried to play into the front where it was along the back, and you know, we could have used that extra man in midfield that probably would have got us another goal. You know, you go 2-0 up and you're winning the game.
Yeah, it should be anyway.
But again, I suppose there's a lot of young lads who they're still obviously sort of learning the game, you know.
But also, I mean, it's a very new team, and you know, they're trying to do something with the team that's basically 3 or 4 months old.
Obviously. I mean, I watched them last week, and I thought they deserved to win last week. But again, it's a scabby goal that they'd lost by, which, you know, it's crazy. But I suppose that's just getting used to how it is and how they play, you know. I suppose that'll come.
I left England in the 80s. I mean, to me, Indonesian football kind of reminds me of English football in the 70s and 80s. You got the nutty pitches, you got the stadiums falling to pieces, you got fences everywhere. Yeah. Is it kind of a throwback for you? Getting that kind of feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it sort of is because it sort of. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. The pictures are bad, and it is a lot. Well, I find a lot slower, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I find it. I would say it's easy, but you know, I mean, if you play it right, you can make it easy, and have the right players around you. I think you could go on and do well in the league. But yeah, I understand where you're sort of coming from. It is sort of a throwback, but no, I suppose it's just getting used to it.
It's getting used to it.
Right. Last question.
All right, mate.
You scored the first goal, but your team lose. What do you think about it?